Good evening, everybody. We're back for another episode of What's in the Box. Tonight we're going to take a look at another new kit. And this kit came out really back at the end of July. I had it actually on pre-order from Hornby USA. And that should give you a clue to who it's from. It's from Airfix. That's right. And what we're going to look at tonight is the new 1/48 scale Supermarine Spitfire Mark 5B. It can also be a Mark 5B Tropical. And all new tool kit. It's really a gem of a little kit. I'm very happy with it. And of course, these can be had extremely reasonable price. I think I paid 18 or 19 US dollars for this kit. Really a gem with the all new tool. And you gotta love the Airfix box art. Really great looking art. No complaints there. Side of the box, there's some 3D CAD pictures of the aircraft with some really nice looking cockpit interior detail. Comes with cartograph decals, which is fantastic. Made in India, that's interesting. And the typical stuff on the back showing the Airfix club and stuff. This side of the box shows some more box art with the color schemes, brief history of the vehicle, and then of course some color callouts. And it says 2 flying hours if you remember the Airfix club, skill level 2. The Mark V is interesting because it was the first of the Spitfire variants to be equipped with a cannon, which gave it a significant boost in firepower. They were 2 20mm Hispano-Suiza cannons in each wing root, and a 60-round drum per each, so didn't have a lot of rounds, so they had to make them count. I think the idea was once they got on and they were hitting with the machine guns, then they would switch to the cannons and fire a burst or two, and of course that would bring down any World War II era aircraft. The Mark V variant also had an increased power Merlin engine, what they call the 45 series, which brought the horsepower up to about 1,450 give or take, and increased the top speed to somewhere around 372 miles per hour. So that's kind of what made the Mark V different than the previous variants. This aircraft was an early 1941 aircraft, and that's just kind of a brief sifter. I am no expert on Spitfire, so Chris and Alex, if you guys are watching, you can correct me, hopefully. But enough of that. Let's look inside the box and see what we have. We have the instruction sheet, and I'm going to set that aside for the moment. We have the plastic and the decal sheet. Of course, info about the Airfix Club. I really got to get around to joining that. And let's take a look at the plastic. We're going to go ahead and open the bag of sprues so that we can get a closer look at what the kit consists of. So here we have a clear sprue. We're going to start right here. Easy enough with the fuselage halves. Here we go. Nice recessed panel line detail. It's beautiful. It's really exquisite. And if these kits fit as good as their new tooled 109 kits do, they're great. I mean, they really are. Looks like we have a little bit of detail on the fuselage halves on the interior. Looks like there's a couple locator pin locations, excuse me, so items will go there. Some ejector pin marks here, and some of these, I don't think these will need to be filled because I'm not sure you're going to see them after you start installing the cockpit pieces, but they are there nonetheless. And there's also some really nice looking rivet detail, if you can make that out. Get my camera to cooperate and get it in focus for you. Right around the engine cowling, there's some really good looking rivet detail. So there's the fuselage halves. What's up next? Here we have, wow, cockpit interior, nose cowling, vertical stabilizer, all really nicely done. Check out the wiring detail on the cockpit interior. Beautifully done, Airfix. Thank you very much for sharing that with us, doing that for us. Cowling. Nice looking fabric detail on the, the rudder. There's the vertical stabilizer. All really nicely detailed. Can't complain there at all. That's, I forget what this piece is called. The instrument panel goes on the back side of this piece. I forget what they call that. I'm not sure what they call that in a Spitfire. There's the instrument panel. Not a lot of gauge detail, but they have done a good job. There is, I believe, a decal that covers that. But really pretty nicely detailed. It would take a wash well, and also would dry brush if you don't want to use the decal included to do the instrument panel. Let's take a look at the next sprue. Here we have that odd intake that's on the 5B Tropical, the spinner, and the prop. A few other detail pieces of the gear, and the exhaust pipes. Let you guys take a look at all this. There's that weird scoop. Goes on the bottom of the 5B Tropical. There's some really nice, finely recessed panel lines and rivet detail on these parts. Even the small parts are really crisp. I'm not seeing any flash anywhere. Take a look at the prop. It's beautifully done. Looks like there's more than one cowling. And some bombs included, so we've got some payload if you want to do some bombs as well. There's that sprue. Here comes the fun part. Now I remember reading that there was another difference to the Mark V in that it had what they call quote-unquote clipped wings. So the wingspan is supposed to be slightly shorter on a Mark V, I think. Don't quote me on that. Once again, wow, I mean the panel lines on this thing are just incredible. This thing's going to take a wash like you wouldn't believe. So you guys can see that. Check out the bottom wing section. It's just, I mean, absolutely gorgeous, the amount of detail they shared with us. No complaints there. The last sprue, there's not a whole lot to this kit, so there's basically 5 sprues. And here we have more exhaust parts, the seat, looks like some interior parts. Yeah, there's definitely some interior parts. And Aaron, just for you, a pilot figure. Yay. Actually a decent looking pilot figure. And I believe the markings included with this kit, we'll double check, it's for a Canadian, Royal Canadian Air Force, and then a Polish squadron for the Royal Air Force. So we got 2 spinners and 2 props. Looks like machine guns here. More exhaust detail. Looks like they're going to definitely do more than one version off of this kit, so we should see some other versions soon, I hope, that are new tool. Look at the detail on throttle lever that goes inside the cockpit. And this is 1/48 scale, guys. Really, they've done a fantastic job. No complaints at all. The parts look exquisite. Really can't complain. Clear parts. Let's take a look. And they're certainly clear and shiny, although there is some lensing or magnification effect a bit, but with the round shape, I'm not sure that's avoidable. But they are certainly clear. They do look pretty nice. They look also reasonably to scale, although once again I am not a Spitfire expert. I think also another difference on the Mark V was they added an armored windscreen. So for the pilot, that's some armored glass basically. As you guys can see, the clear parts, they are clear, but there is just a tiny bit of distortion and magnification there. But I'm not sure, that's probably really hard to do in the type of plastic that they use for this clear sprue stuff. So, but they look good. I think they look pretty good, all things considered. I mean, it is, less than a $20 kit, so no complaints there. All right, next thing let's take a look at. We're going to look at the decals. And, of course, these are Cartograph decals, and they are exquisite and perfectly in register. The stencils are beautiful. The roundels look perfect. Really, really nicely done. There's the instrument panel decal. It looks okay. It might actually look better with dry brush detail. I know Freddie would certainly say that. But you can see the detail on these stencils. I mean, they're absolutely completely legible, perfectly printed, but what do we expect from a Cartograph decal sheet? So there's that. And then a brief look at the instruction sheet. It's actually quite thick. There's quite a few pages here. And this is kind of different. I've never seen the Hornby Hobbies logo on any of the other Airfix kits that I have. That's kind of nice. But they're doing something a little different. Typically they just have the one color scheme, but here we've got more three-dimensional drawings. And these red areas, I'm not sure what they're notating, do not cement together. So they're saying that anything that's red you don't cement. That's interesting. That means the fit is so good that you don't use cement. That's hard to believe. But wow, you know, thumbs up Airfix, way to go. I'm impressed. But I like the three-dimensional CAD look to the instructions. That seems to be very simple to follow. This should be a pretty simple build. There's not that many parts. It should build into a beautiful model. You know, so showing you the different variants that you can build. There's the tropical that has the weird scoop on the bottom of the aircraft. It can be built gears up or gears down. They give you the choice here in these two steps, showing you how to build each one. That's pretty cool. So you can do it as a ceiling hanger if you want, or if you can buy one of the Airfix stands. They give you a choice of propellers and spinners, and wow, look at the cockpit choices. You can also pose it with the door open for the pilot and the cockpit back. That's really cool. I mean, all this for less than a $20 US kit. I mean, really nicely done. Flash showing the nice 3D pictures of the finished model, and here we have the painting and marking scheme. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. This was aircraft flown by Pilot Officer Robert Wendell, Buck McNair. DFC, Distinguished Flying Cross. Ah, very good. Royal Canadian Air Force, number 249 on the Gold Coast. And then the last one is this Mark 5B from the Polish Fighter Squadron for the Historic Aircraft Collection. Oh, this is actually on display at the Imperial War Museum in Duxford. Okay. But, so two options provided in the decal sheet. Really a gem of a kit. Definitely gets a nod of approval on my end. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. I definitely recommend this. Check out scalehobbyist.com. They have this kit for sale, or spruebrothers.com. I believe they have this kit for sale as well. And a ton of eBay dealers have it available too. So, thanks for watching, guys. Everyone have a good night. Take care.